Thank you very much.
This is absolutely exquisite.
It's lovely. I think.
Good evening, ladies. Do you know what? You deserve a kiss. Congratulations. And for dessert, a dish which I've created specially for you, blueberry souffle.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Oh,
A quick toast to Team Venture. Cheers.
cheers.
Wait. Is that victory I taste?
I really wish I could say the best product won.
We did mention that we need to be very careful not to offend anybody with the product.
Yeah.
We had 500 people laughing at us on stage doing that. You tell me, is that offensive or is that entertaining?
I'm just going to have to ask you straight, was anyone not pulling their weight?
Leon's the only person in all of this who had control to influence and affect every part. Maybe it wasn't adequate, and this is why we're here.
Now, who the hell am I going to bring in here?
Hello?
Could you send them all in, please? Thank you.
You can go through to the boardroom now.
Well, when I asked you earlier on, what do you think of your application? Yeah, it's very good. We're all behind it. Great. Yeah? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, good. So, what happened here then?
I believe the online magazine that we didn't get was incredibly important. The girls did get that, and people obviously saw it on that website and had a go.
Jim, you were the lead pitch on that one.
Yes.
Why didn't we get the deal?
I personally delivered a polished pitch and fielding difficult questions, but the girls won it, and that was the swing factor for them.
Yeah, but, Jim, you're making an assumption that because they won that website, they got their orders. How about considering that your product was not sought after and theirs was?
Lord Sugar, it's a very dangerous game to disagree with you, sir. The website that we did not get, it seems very possible it was a personality. That individual didn't like it, and that...
Didn't like the product.
Am I talking to the brick wall here, or what? I don't care whether you got on that website or not. The point I'm making is, if you got on that website, you still wouldn't have sold any. Your stuff was viewed by the world, and the world said no thanks.
I think in hindsight, maybe we should have considered it wasn't a global application.
Well, exactly. That's the point I'm making. The application was not liked by the world market. I mean, what fascinates me here is you've got inventors, you've got people that are in technology businesses. You should have walked this thing.
I agree. We should have walked it. There was a fundamental miss. We didn't quite grasp the fact that the global and the stereotyping would be a negative.
Now, if I've understood correctly, you have an icon and a description that goes up on all the app stores. Who was responsible for drafting the words?
In its entirety, me.
Entirely you?
Yes.
You sure you want to say that?
Well, I'll clarify what I mean by that. I prepared a piece. The guy said, "You've hit the nail exactly on the head. Well done, round of applause."
So if I was to say to you that one of the biggest things is to get it straight away. So here's the girls. It's going out globally, worldwide, to everybody. And their first line is, "Screeching chalk and animal snorts are all part of the Ampy app." Bang. Straight away. I've got it. Screeching chalk and animal snorts. That's what we're selling. Okay, now listen, compared to yours, Slangatang is the entertainment app that gives you the opportunity to listen to hilarious local vocal. I'm bored.
Certainly, hearing that as you read it out, I feel like a mug. Our description is not nearly as strong as it could be, or as strong as the girls.
So do we all agree here that these words actually was one of the reasons why this task failed? Or not?
Well, you know, the PM has a job of overseeing everyone in the group. I read it back to the group, asked for their full approval, asked the PM to concur with me and to proofread it with me, and they were 100%.
So now we're sharing responsibility for this then, are we? You better get down to the nitty-gritty here, boys. Do you think your team leader did a good job or not?
He did a good job leading the team, but maybe he made a bad decision with the app.
He made a bad decision with the app that you designed, that you thought up.
We all put ideas forward. We all put ideas forward.
So, who's responsible for the failure of this task? You?
I wouldn't say I am, obviously, but...
Alex?
No, I made a very valid contribution to this, and I've no way got any...
Lord Sugar, I can answer that. There are participants and there are spectators. I'm a participant, and I positively get involved in things and put myself forward to do things. In that same respect, Alex, you do not do that. Maybe you're biding your time, but I don't believe this process is about biding your time.
Quite right.
It's about participating and giving everything that you've got and putting yourself out there.
Well,
For people that are there to
if we
seek
just think about this for a second, actually, we've got a worded ad there that wasn't right. Jim, that comes back to you. And we've got the
No,
pitch
it's
that we
unanimous.
didn't...
The worded ad, let me clarify. Let me clarify so you can make sure.
You had the final say on it.
No,
you
the
and
PM
Leon
has the
sat
final
there,
say.
you
Okay,
and
we
Leon
could talk over each other, or you could give
okay.
me an opportunity to say this. You clapped your hands, as did everybody else. You agreed as much as anybody else,
and
it was
next to you.
That's
okay?
fine, Alex.
Yeah?
It was unanimous. But you've got to put yourself out there. It's not about being a passenger.
I've not been a passenger at all. But a lot of this stems back to you on this task individually. You might have saved one pitch, but you saved a small pitch. You didn't get the big pitch, did you?
My contribution is more positive than negative. Your contribution is nada.
Well, look, here's a fact. Here's a fact. Leon, you have got to make a decision which two people you're bringing back in here, OK? What's your instinct? Who are you bringing back in?
Based on sort of the feedback I've been hearing today, I'd like to bring back Alex and Jim.
Alex and Jim.
Well, it's interesting that he chose myself and Alex. There's actually a few fall guys. Vincent fluffed his speech and I had to save the day, and I don't fluff speeches. Glenn designed the app that turned out to be crap. Well, 2 tasks in, I've given 100% effort.
Jim has done a sterling job throughout, and listen...
Well, then I'm not the person you should be bringing in if you agree that I've done a sterling job throughout, so you need to change your decision.
So on the basis of maybe Jim's dealing here, I mean, do you want me to change? Is that...
Change.
I'm asking you, you're the man, you're bringing in
it's
two
obvious.
people.
Okay.
It's obvious.
Yeah, it's obvious. Okay. There's a potential here that it could be down to the concept. So, okay, on the basis of the failing of this task down to the app, I'm going to bring Glenn.
You want to bring me back? I don't think you should. Because...
Listen, Glenn, I know...
It's done and agreed.
I know.
I don't think you should. What do you think, Jim? Do you think I should be back here?
The PM's made a decision. I highlighted who I thought who made flaws and made mistakes. He's chosen you, Glenn.
Well, I think it should be Tom who's in here,
okay,
because
listen,
I think he should
but
be...
the point is, he makes the final decision. I want to get home tonight. Speak.
This is my final decision.
Right. Okay, the rest of you, you've lost. You shouldn't have lost this task. Go back to the house. The other 3 of you, go and wait outside, and I'll call you back in shortly. Rather bizarre. Leon is a bit indecisive.
He fought like a lion to be project manager, and ever since then, actually, he's been rather sort of weak-kneed.
What I find really interesting about Alex is on a task he disappears. In the boardroom he comes to life.
Yeah.
He has something to say.
But he only comes to light when he's pressed. He's not a volunteer, is he?
Glenn is a techie. He came up with the concept, he accepts it was his concept.
He fought for it. He fought for it. That's what killed him.
Could you send the 3 of them in, please?
Lord Sugar will see you now.
Well, after some pontification, we have Glenn, obviously yourself, Leon, and Alex here. Yeah. The person that wrote the description of the application has gone. Jim, although you all agreed with it. What's Glenn doing here then?
Lord Sugar, Jim raised a great point about how it was a team effort. I've seen him perform, you know, every task I've given him, and he's pulled it off. He helped Vince rescue...
Lord Sugar wants to know why I'm here.
Yeah, sorry, I brought Glenn in with me. He's got the technical ability. So when we thought of the concept, you know, I'm not saying we didn't all back it, but I thought I could leave Glenn sort of with the runnings behind that.
Well, that's the technology. I gave an idea, and everyone gave an idea. It's just my one got picked. That was your decision. You guys should have sold it better. That was the key.
Glenn, you say in your resume here that you're good at reading between the lines, foreseeing problems.
Yes.
Would you read between the lines here in the sense of the big mistake on the global issue?
That was down to Leon.
Yeah,
He's the project manager.
Yeah, perhaps...
if it's his decision whether my app gets used.
The project manager, do they have to make every decision, or can it be the fact that the team of majority rules?
But ultimately, you have the final say.
You should have the guts to stand up, and if you didn't believe in something...
like my
because now
idea,
you're saying the project was not good, the app was not good. You should have said, no, I know all you guys have said this, but I'm the project manager, and I think we should do this. After all, this is what you're supposedly experiencing.
So, Leon, there's no smoke without fire. Great cliche, but just tell me why I shouldn't fire you.
I've come to you with the experience that I've built something from nothing, no investment, no nothing. I've come to you to show you. We're in task 2, you know, this is a long process. Give these guys a couple of tasks, they'll be gone, you know. I think so.